Hi guys, hi, it's Rob G out here in Surprise. I did a wiper motor demonstration a few months ago using different types of prop controllers, and I'm going to kind of go over the one for using a motion detector. Got a message from somebody that asked more specifically how to do the wiring, so I'm going to go over that with you guys, so kind of show you what I came across. I purchased a really affordable motion detector. I believe I got this probably at Home Depot quite some time ago. It's probably gray in color. I went ahead and spray painted a flat black. Now for the power, this is how I'm doing it, and I found this on a website, and I forget the exact name of the website. More of a hacker website. So I just purchased a regular extension cord. I believe this is probably like a 6-foot extension cord, really cheap. On the extension cord, I cut off the female end. On this extension cord, one's going to be smooth and one's going to be ribbed or rippled. So coming out for your power from your motion detector, you have two wires. One's going to be black, one's going to be white. So what I did for the black wire, I tied that to the smooth part of the extension cord, and for the one that's white, I kind of give that the rippled one. Use some wire nuts here to tie that down. Now this particular motion detector has a setting of test mode, 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, and it has its sensitivity dial right there. So you want to, either to go off really quickly or maybe not as so much. So that's how that worked. Now obviously a E27 bulb goes into these light fixtures right here, and what I am using just a regular adapter, screws right in. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in so I can power it up. It takes a little bit to warm up, so while I do that, I kind of want to go over the wiper motor. And the wiper motor kit I bought was from Monster Guts. Like I said before in my other previous videos, it comes with a 3-prong power cord, a 12-volt 5-amp power adapter, female portion of the power cord goes into here. Then we get the male 2.2 5x5 millimeter jack or CCTV, which would go into your wiper motor. So you're probably thinking right now real quick, like, well, how is this going to be plugged into that? Obviously it can't. So I kind of find a way around that. And what I did here, I purchased an additional extension cord, 12-foot, and I purchased another adapter, which was a 3-prong, but I'm not using all 3 prongs. I'm using only 2. The green one's going to be my ground, which I'm not using. I'm bypassing that. And for the positive, I'm using gold, and silver I'm using as my negative. So what I did here, cut the film off, fed the wire through. It was kind of a pain in the neck to move the wire to each terminal. That's something you have to work with. You have to loosen both screws for the positive and both screws for the negative to kind of fit your wire in there and tie it down as best you can. So it took me a few minutes to get it, a little frustration, but it actually works. So I had this one kind of torn apart to kind of show you how I did that. And, that's how that goes. And there's 3 screws that holds it all together. So I've removed that just to show that portion of it. I have another one right here that's all put together. So you would have the male part go into the wall socket for your motion detector. You will have your power cord, 3-prong, going into your adapter there. Then this going to your power supply. Hopefully this is going to turn on. And that going to your wiper motor. So this is not always 100% reliable. It is the most primitive way to operate a wiper motor. And for some reason, it is not working right now. Let me try into the outlet. Maybe that will work a little better. There we go. I think this, I don't have this screw in there screwed long enough. So my wiper motor, obviously plugged into my AC 12 volt 5 amp power supply. That's plugged into the makeshift extension cord that I modified to be plugged into the motion detector, and that I kind of finagled and hacked and powered into my power strip. Now you do got to remember, when you're using these type of motion detectors, there is going to be a 3 to 5 second delay. You will hear a little click. I'll try to be as quiet as possible. Then after that, the wiper motor is going to operate. Let's see here. Wait for it to click off. Here we go. The drawback about using a motion detector, it's probably one of the most affordable ways of doing it, but if you look at the cost of everything, it's much easier using a simple timer in comparison to this. This was an option years ago that I found online that someone else is using, and when I first got into home hunting, I said, okay, hey, this is the perfect way this is going to work out. And obviously, years later, there's better process of activating your wiper motors. So with this, you can only control your wiper motor for a limited time. It's on test mode right now, so that only operates a little bit. So if I kind of change the setting to 1 minute, it's going to operate continuously for 1 minute. Like I said, it's the most primitive way of operating this through any type of detector. I'm going to put it back on test mode, and hopefully it stops soon. It's not stopping. So that's the major drawback about using a motion detector. That's how it's wired. It's pretty simple. There's a lot of wires, a lot of splicing and cutting, and a lot of putting together. So it works, but it's not the best. So I'll do one more activation. Here, click. There you go. So any questions or comments, just leave me a message. I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching.